ConvertKit is going to be one of the best options to get started doing email marketing. You can use ConvertKit to do basically all sorts of different things, like growing your audience, sending out emails, monetizing your content, and so on. And basically a lot of big creators, like for example James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, like Ali Abdaal, Andrew Huberman, already do use ConvertKit. And if you're going to watch this video till the end, you're going to learn everything about ConvertKit to actually get started implementing it for your business. To get started, we are going to head to convertkit.com. Now, I will leave you my affiliate link down below so that if you want to support me for completely free, you can do so, but either way, no hard worries if you don't. Just click on Get Started Free right here. You will then just have to go through the process of setting up a ConvertKit account. Now I'm just going to set up a dummy account for this video to give you guys the full beginner experience. So once you click on Get Started right here, ConvertKit is going to ask you some questions. Now really it doesn't really matter too much what you're going to tick right here. Just make sure to go through these questions and then put in your business name right here. In my case, I'm just going to say this is going to be Krause Tutorials. And then you will have to choose your domain. Now by default, you're going to get a free domain with ConvertKit. However, I wouldn't actually recommend you to use this domain as it isn't really professional. So I will actually show you how to set up your custom domain later on. But for now, just click on continue, pick what kind of creator you are. In my case, I'm a YouTuber obviously, and then click on continue. As for the main goal of using ConvertKit, I'm just going to say that my main goal is to grow my list. Now, either way, just click on continue, and now you're going to basically have to put in your website URL as all of your social media pages. Now, this is super useful so that ConvertKit is actually going to use this info to then automatically implement that in your emails and so on. But as for me, I'm not actually going to do that. And this is how the dashboard is going to look like. However, before we can get started with the dashboard, we will have to head over to our settings on the top right, and we will have to get some basics out of the way. Now, for example, if you're going to navigate to email right here, you will actually have to set up your own custom email address because it is actually super important to add a custom sender email address to make your emails more professional. So either just add your custom sender email address right here, and this should be something professional, like for example, mine would be elias@eliaskrause.com. So make sure to actually get a custom domain if you don't have one already. You can use tools like Hostinger to actually get a quite cheap domain in a couple of minutes. As you can see, .com will actually only cost you £4, online 99p. So really this is quite affordable and will overall improve all of your click-through rate and so on. So make sure to add a custom sender right here. You can also edit the default time zones and sending times. And if you want to, you can actually also update your mailing address. Now basically by anti-spam laws, you are required to add a physical address where you can be reached at the bottom of all of your emails. However, you can actually just use the ConvertKit address to get started with, which I think is pretty unique and not a lot of other tools do. Now, right here under unsubscribe survey, we can actually also tick this so that we are going to get a better understanding on why people are going to unsubscribe from our email. And as for subscriber consent and privacy, this is also super important, so please listen tightly. Right here, it is important to either tick show to all subscribers after they opt in, or show to only subscribers currently in the EU, UK and Switzerland, because otherwise you can actually get into some legal trouble. For now, just click on Save Changes right here and then head to Domains right here. Now, as I've already mentioned beforehand, by default, ConvertKit is going to give you this domain right here, which once again isn't professional. So actually just add your own custom domain right here so that once again, all of your landing pages and emails and so on do have a way more professional feel. So right now we're actually done for these settings. If you would want to actually set up different kind of products to sell, you would have to set up payments right here. And once you actually want to go for a plan, you will have to set up your billing information right here. But as of right now, we are actually done with our settings. So head back to your dashboard. Now, basically our dashboard is going to be subdivided in different parts, which you can see right here. The first one would be grow, send, automate, earn, and learn. Now we're going to go through this from left to right. Basically the Grow tab is going to be about all of your subscribers and how to get these subscribers. So to get started, I will actually click on subscribers right here. And if you already have used any other email marketing providers in the past, you can actually automatically import all of your subscribers by simply just click on add subscribers right here. And then this is really important. You will have to basically set a tag name. Now with ConvertKit, a lot of other email marketing providers do this, but with ConvertKit, you are just going to have one plain list of all of your emails. So basically to organize your email subscribers, you will have to set up tags depending on what kind of interest or any other information that you want to add to the subscriber, so that you then have everything organized and so that you can then basically target your subscribers and so on. For example, I will just add the tag name imported. And then I'm going to click on create tag right here. Now we can either add a single subscriber manually, which is going to take a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that. And then basically you can either import your contacts with a CSV file, or you can just directly import it from another provider if you have used any of these in the past. But I will just go for this import CSV option, and then basically we will have to select on where we want to include these subscribers. So as I've already created the tag imported, I will just select it right here, and now I will just quickly upload my CSV file. So I've actually made a custom CSV file for this with some example data. As you can see, we are going to have Bruce at Wayne Enterprises for this. Now, right now, we will basically have to map the columns to the fields. So we will basically have to align the correct data. Now, to do this, you will just have to look at the sample data on the right, and you will have to then align the correct information, so the correct attribute. Sorry. In my case, I'm just going to select email right here, and as for Wayne, this is going to be the last name. However, as you can see right here, this isn't actually an option, and I will show you in a minute how to actually change that. But for now, I will just add Bruce as a first name, and now we are basically done, and we can click on import subscribers. Now basically your subscribers are going to be stored with different kind of attributes, and if we are going to click on our Bruce subscriber right here, we can see that basically the default attributes, or also called fields within ConvertKit, are going to be the email address and first name. However, we can actually also add custom attributes or fields. Now I personally call them attributes, however on ConvertKit these are called fields, so sorry. But as for the custom field, this in our case would be last name. This is just an example. You can actually add all sorts of custom fields like phone address and so on. But for example, let's go with last name, and then as for the field value, this would be just Wayne. Then click on update subscribers, and now this is automatically being added, and as you can see, now we also have the Wayne info right here. Now, basically, right here on the screen, you can see an overview of your subscriber. You can then also see the email history, which emails this subscriber actually got. And you can also see stuff like automations, sequences, forms, and purchases, which we're all going to set up later down the line. For now, head back to the dashboard, and if we are now going to click on grow, we can see that we also do have some other options like landing pages and forms. Now this is basically just to gather subscriber information automatically using landing pages or just embedded forms. Like you can also set up your creator profile. This is just basically going to be a hub on the internet where subscribers can then find all of your content. And as for recommendations, you can actually join the creator network to cross promote your work with other creators and grow your email lists together, which is also super useful. But to get started, we are actually going to go for this landing pages and forms option. So just select it, and now we can either get started by setting up our first landing page or form. So I will just select form right here. We're also going to set up landing pages later on, and right here you will then have to choose the display format on this form. Now depending on where you want to put this form, you will have to select something different. Like inline, for example, makes a lot of sense if you're going to build up blogs. Model makes sense as a pop-up. Slide in and sticky bar actually are useful for all sorts of different websites. Now as for this video, I'm just going to select model right here. And now you can use any of these templates that ConvertKit is going to offer to you. I'm just going to go with this, I guess with this Charlotte template right here. And now we can get started customizing our template. So we can, for example, just change this right here. And I will just say something like, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter. And And then we can actually see that right here, we do have a field where basically the person can put in their email address. However, if you're going to remember this from beforehand, we've also set up fields for first and last name. So to actually add these fields, I'm just going to click on add right here, and then I'm going to select the first name field. And now I'm actually going to drag this before the email address with these three lines right here. And then I'm going to do the same with the last name. And I'm also going to drag this on top. Alright, perfect. You can then actually also further customize this by changing the background image right here, by changing the form background, by changing the border radius, and so on. Now, for now, I will actually just click on publish right here, and you can then embed this form using JavaScript, HTML, Share, WordPress, or just Unbounce. Now, I will actually not do that. I will just simply opt out of this. And now we can actually get started creating a new landing page. So I will just select landing page right here. And this is basically going to be the same procedure all over again. However, with landing pages, these are actually going to be dedicated websites just for getting the email subscriber. So once again, go through the process of choosing the template that you like the most. For example, I will just go with, I guess, this one. I think this one does look really nice. So I will just click on choose, and now once again the editor is going to show up, and we can then further customize this. Like, first of all, I will add my custom fields, and then I think you already guessed it, I'm going to add the second field. And now as this is added, we can then also further customize this by changing the button style, changing this text right here, changing the image, basically changing these links and so on. However, I think by now you will actually get the hang of it. And by the way, if you have any questions along the way, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. I know this can be a little bit overwhelming to get started with, so no hard worries if you have any questions. Now, for now, once again, I will just leave this. And if you want to, you can then actually also set up your creator network right here. And you can then actually also set up your creator profile. This is going to be super straightforward, so I'm not actually going to cover that. Now, right here on the send, we can then send and design all of our different emails essentially. So you are going to have different ways to actually send out your emails. The first one would be broadcast, then sequences, and then later down we also do have automations. But for now, we are only going to cover broadcasts and sequences. And right here on the right, you can then actually also set up email templates and snippets, which you can then reuse for all of your emails. Now, one thing which I would recommend you to do is to beforehand set up one email template and some snippets so that your overall email design isn't going to change too much, which can over time actually quite a lot increase your open rate, increase your click-through rate, and so on. But for now, just navigate to broadcasts, and now we are going to set up our first broadcast. Just click on new broadcast right here, and then select, I think you've already guessed it, any of these templates you like. Now, I will actually just go with this blank template right here, so that you will get the full understanding on how the editor is going to work. And as you can see right here, the template is aligned on the right, and we can then get started by adding a subject line. Now, the subject line should be something which is going to basically spark curiosity and which is going to improve your click-through rate of the email. So I will just add something like, have you heard about our new offer where 10 people already won, okay? Now, if you want to, you can actually also set up A/B testing right here, which basically just means that ConvertKit is going to send out, basically is going to A/B split test all of your emails with different subject lines, which is also super useful. Right here, you will then just have to add the content of your email, and once you're already doing so, click on continue right here. Now you're going to see an overview of your email. Right here on the left, you can actually preview your email, and you will have to select the from address, which once again should be your own custom domain. Now, right here, you will then have to select who you want to send this to. For example, we can either just add this, send this to all of our subscribers, or we can then just send this to people that are subscribed to that are subscribed to our different kind of tags and so on. So for example, we could only send this to our imported subscribers if we would want to. But for now, I will actually just select all subscribers, and then we can actually schedule this, and we can do one other thing which is super important, which is the preview text right here. So basically this is going to appear under your subject line, and this can be also used to actually improve your conversion rate by putting something incentivizing right here and so on. But once you're ready with this, you can actually head over to sequences. Now basically, it is really important to understand the differences between sequences and automations. Now basically sequences, as the text already right here suggests, are going to be multiple emails that are going to be sent in orders. And as for automations, which we're going to set up in just a minute, these are basically going to be workflows where you can put in if and then sentences and so on. But for now, I will show you how to set up your sequences. So just select this template right here to get started with. And then you can basically, once this is going to load up, first of all, change up your email on the left. And you can then add new emails to this right here. And you can then just change the interval of these emails. So for example, we can say that our emails should be sent after 5 days. However, we can also exclude Saturday and Sunday if we would want to. And basically, that's how it works. Now, as for the other features under send, email templates should be pretty straightforward. You can just set up your own custom email templates to reuse, as well as snippets. Right here on the snippets, you can actually set up different kind of blocks, which you can then create and which you can then later on reuse for your emails, which is going to save you quite a lot of time. Now, under automations right here, we can see that we are going to have visual automations, rules, integrations, and RSS. We are going to get started with visual automations right here. So just select that and click on New Automation. This is going to load up all of the different templates which we can actually use. Now, basically, I would recommend you to read through this and select the template that is going to suit you guys the best. However, to give you a better understanding on how everything is going to work, I'm actually going to start from scratch right here. Then just click on Start Building right here, and now we will have to add a trigger for our automation so that this workflow can actually be started. For example, let's say that when a subscriber is added to the Charlotte form, which we've set up beforehand, then this workflow is going to get started, and we can then add all sorts of different events to this. So for example, we can then either just add an event. So for example, we can then automatically add a tag to people that have subscribed to this form. We can remove tags, we can add custom fields, create product purchases, create the date occurs, and so on. We can also set up conditions. So for example, we can say that our automation should only continue if the email is going to be opened, as well as custom fields, advanced filters, and so on. And we can also add actions. Now, actions, for example, would be an email sequence, a delay, you can move the subscriber, or you can also unsubscribe. So for example, you can just set up basic automations like sending out emails. And if, for example, you send out 5 emails in a row and the person isn't going to open any of them, clearly this person isn't going to be a valuable subscriber, and you could then actually create a custom automation using this email opens condition and this unsubscribe action to actually unsubscribe this person. But for now, let's actually just add a new action, which is going to say delay. Obviously, we don't want to directly spam more people, so I'm actually going to add a delay for, let's say, I'm going to add a delay for, let's say, 4 days. And after this delay, we are going to send out an email sequence, and we are going to send out this email sequence right here, which we've set up beforehand. Obviously, you would have to customize this to your workflow. Now, generally, I would recommend you to actually send out a welcome email that is going to tell the person that have subscribed to your newsletter or whatever kind of email marketing thing you're going to do, that basically this welcome email should inform this person and should also tell them something like that they should reply to your email, that they should highlight your email, because by doing so, by creating these welcome emails, you can actually improve your overall deliverability rate by quite a lot. Now, once you're ready, basically you can just continue with this process. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, but I will not actually go through the rest of this. Now we can actually automate our rules. So basically rules are just add-ons to automations, you can once again add a trigger to this. So that's, for example, that when a person is going to subscribe to our Charlotte form, this is going to be triggered. And then we can actually set up the action for this, which would be add a tag, I guess. And then we can select a tag, or we can also select add a new tag, which is going to say Charlotte tag. And then we can save this rule, and these are basically just overall if and then statements. Pretty basic in my opinion. In my opinion, it is actually way more powerful to use this visual automations feature right here. But either way, if you actually want to get started, monetize your subscribers by selling products, by setting up tip jars and so on, you can also do that. You can create new products right here, either just select product or subscription, depending on what service or product you are going to sell, and you can then share the link for people to actually buy your product. As for tip jars, this is actually so that people could freely basically just donate to you. Under payouts, you will then have a breakdown of all of the payouts, and that's basically it. Now, under learn, you can then see documentations and so on, but generally that's all you will have to know. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.